So students, over million of years, the dead organisms were transported into the petroleum, oil and natural gas and other fossil fuels under the conditions of absence of air and high temperature or pressure. So when all the things get buried into the deep, then there is absence of air, the pressure or temperature will be high. Okay, like coal, which we have discussed earlier, petroleum or natural gas are also fossil fuels. Okay, so as we know, oil is lighter, oil and gases are lighter than water. So because of that, oil and gases are lighter than water. They do not mix with water which is present in the sea and they move upwards. तो ये ऊपर की तरफ मूव कर जाएंगे. So these fossils, oil or gas which is separated out, are stored by overlying the rocks. Right? They do not get deposit or cannot break through the rocks. Okay, and these all these oil or gases are collected by the wells. Okay, these are collected by the wells. This is the formation of petroleum, how petroleum formed. So let us discuss more about petroleum. So students, petroleum is a dark oily liquid. Okay, it is a dark oily liquid. You know, it is a fossil fuel. We all know that it is a fossil fuel. Okay, and we get many products from the petroleum. It is a dark oily liquid and having unpleasant odor. The odor is unpleasant. So it is a mixture of various constituents such as petroleum, gas, petrol, diesel, lubricating oils, paraffin wax. So it is not so that petroleum is just a one product. No, it is a constituent mixture of all the various things like petroleum, gas, petrol, diesel, lubricating oil or paraffin wax. So we have to separate the constituents of petroleum by fractional distillation, right? Fractional distillation process or the refining process. Okay, so what is refining? Basically the process of separating the different constituents, fractions of petroleum is known as refining, right? So refining is a process to separate the different constituents which are present in the petroleum. The constituents are like petroleum, gas, petrol, diesels. So these need to separate out with the help of refining, and refining is carried out by the petroleum refinery with the help of machines. Okay, so I hope this is clear to all of you. Now let's move how the constituents of petroleum are useful to us. So let's see. As we know, these are the constituents of petroleum which are present in the petrol. So petroleum gas, you all know that LPG, right? Liquid petroleum gas. So where it is used, we use LPG in our home, right? It is used as fuel in home. Or where it is used, it is also used in industries, right? And it is also used in industries as a fuel. Okay, so next we will move to petrol. We all know that petrol is generally we use for light vehicles. So it is used in vehicles, or where it is used, it is also used as a solvent. It is used solvent for dry cleaning, right? Dry cleaning. So for dry cleaning the petrol is used, that is white petrol. Okay, it remove all the dust from the cloth. The third constituent of petroleum is kerosene, and we also used kerosene for making food or for our stove, lamps. You can write we used it as lamps, stoves as a fuel. So here the kerosene is used. So next we will talk about diesel. We all know that for heavy vehicles, fuel for heavy vehicles, we used diesel. We used diesel as a fuel, or generators, right? So electric generators, we also used diesel, right? So next is lubricating oil, where we use lubricating oils for lubrication process. For lubricating the vehicles or the machines, we use lubricating oils. For lubrication, we use lubricating oils. Or for paraffin wax, we generally use in ointment or creams. We use in candles, paraffin wax. Or Vaseline, Vaseline petroleum jelly, which we use to moisturize our hands, lips. So here that is used. So bitumen, we have already discussed about the bitumen. So it is used in paints, or you tell where it is used. Yes, very good. It is also used in surfacing the road nowadays, right? Surfacing roads. So we use bitumen. So I hope these are clear to you. What are the constituents of petroleum and what are the various uses? I just recall petroleum gas, liquid petroleum gas. Why it is liquid? Because it is compressed, or it is liquefied applying pressure on that, right? So that's why it is converted into liquid form. So liquid petroleum gas, it is used as a fuel in homes or industries, petrol vehicles, solvent for dry cleaning purposes. Kerosene is also used as a fuel for lamps, for stoves. Diesel is used for heavy vehicles, trucks or generators. Lubricating oils for lubrications, and paraffin wax for ointment, creams, candles, or Vaseline. And bitumen, you very well know about the bitumen. It is used for the surfacing of roads, right? I hope this is clear to you. Now we get many products, right? We get many products from the petroleum. So because numerous useful substances are obtained from petroleum or natural gas, so that's why this is called petrochemicals, right? Because it gives numerous substances to us, so these substances are called petrochemicals. So what are petrochemicals? Petrochemicals are used in manufacturing of detergents, fibers, which we have also discussed in fiber chapter, that is polyester, nylon. So these type of fibers which we get or used in the manufacturing of these products. So polythene, plastics. So these all are known as petrochemicals, because we get all these things from petroleum, the fossil fuels, and that's why petroleum is also known as black gold. So it is very important. One more question can be made from here. Petroleum is also known as black gold due to its great commercial importance, right? Because of its great commercial importance, we use petroleum in many products, making of many products. That's why it is also known as black gold. I hope this is clear. Now let us discuss about natural gas. So student, natural gas. So as we get petroleum as a fossil fuel, we have also get natural gases from there. So natural gas is better fuel than fossils, no doubt, because it is pollution free, right? And it is easy to transport through the pipe. We can easily transport it through the pipes. Or natural gas is also pollution free fuel. Okay. So CNG, as these natural gases when compressed under high pressure, so these are called compressed natural gas, right? When high pressure is applied over the gas, so these are known as compressed natural gas in the form of CNG, and these are used as a fuel, and this reduce the pollution because they cannot, or they do not leave any residue when these gases burn. Okay, so next is used as starting material. Where these are used, right? What are the applications areas? So we used in the vehicles these natural gas, and these are also used in the manufacturing of fertilizers, right? So used as starting material for the manufacture of chemicals or fertilizers का जो स्टार्टिंग मटेरियल होता है, रॉ मटेरियल होता है, वहाँ पे हम इसको यूज़ करते हैं. सो इन फर्टिलाइजर्स बेसिकली हाइड्रोजन गैस विच वी ऑब्टेन फ्रॉम द नेचुरल गैस इज यूज. सो द फर्टिलाइजर यूरिया, to making of urea, so we use hydrogen gas which is obtained from natural gas. So let us see the places in India where these gas found. So Tripura, Jaisalmer, and in the offshore of Mumbai and in the Krishna Godavari delta. So these are the places in India where the natural gases, where we can find natural gases. I hope this is clear to you. Now let's move. How or why should we conserve all these natural resources? Why it is necessary? So why we should save natural resources? So see students, we have just discussed about natural resources which are of two type, exhaustible or inexhaustible. Exhaustible or inexhaustible, right? So basically inexhaustible natural resources are those natural resources which cannot be inexhausted, right? Which cannot be exhausted by human activities. But if we talk about exhaustible natural resources, so like petrol, diesel, fossils, so these can be exhaustible. So we have to save natural resources, and after burning of these natural resources they cause so much pollution, right? So we have to save natural resources for upcoming generation. So in India there is an association, that is Petroleum Conservation Research Association. So Petroleum Conservation Research Association gives some tips to the people how they can save their natural resources. So the first point is drive at a constant or moderate speed as far as possible. So when you are driving, so the driving speed of the vehicle should be constant or moderate. It is not so that you are driving the vehicle with the firstly the speed is of 90 and after that it will be 40. So the speed will be constant. If you are moving with 40 or 50, then it will be okay. Okay, the next thing is switch off the engine at the traffic lights or a place where you have to wait. So some you have also seen some people in the red lights, they do not off their, they generally do not off their vehicles. So that is not good, because at that time and the fuel is also used, right? So we have to switch off the vehicles at traffic lights or the place where we have to wait, so that we can save the natural resource, save the petrol or diesel, or avoid the pollution. The next is ensure correct tire pressure. So when we have to go or when we have to go somewhere, we have to check tire pressure also. Ensure regular maintenance of the vehicles, and it is also very important. Maintenance of the vehicle from time to time is also important, to check the mileage of the vehicle, whether you have serviced your vehicle well or not, so that it can drive smoothly, right? So these are some major steps by which people save their natural resource by Petroleum Conservation Research Association of India. I hope these are clear to every of you. So by this your chapter is also completed.